So my iPad just decided to stop everything, which is great. Hopefully everyone joins back. That's not fun at all. Let's hope tomorrow doesn't go like this, because that would not be good at all. But we'll just have to see how that goes now. It's obviously not very fun at all. Really annoying, actually. But what can you do? I have no idea what just happened there. I clicked leave stream on my iPad, and it just kicked me off, and it's just ended the stream. So, yeah, thanks a lot, StreamYard, brilliant. But what can you do? I've lost the plot today, honestly. But just copy and paste all that and get going again. Oh my god, even computers all over the shop. Don't even know what day of the week it is. Oh my god, what is he doing? Just load. I don't want a slice of this. Right, where we are. God's sake. What a joke. I'm actually fuming, but what can you do? Worst bit is the wrong links everywhere now, but may as well just crack on. Bloody hell, that's hot. Bloody hell, that is hot. Right. It wasn't a good idea at all, this actually, was it? But what can you do? Sec. Right. Well, we're going to get guests on, weren't we? So we'll try that now. It's all really gone on its ass, to be fair, but what can you do? Positivity, yeah. So we'll just see how this goes now. It's too much here. It's too much stuff. Right. I'm now going to try and send a link without killing my own stream. Here we go. Right. I'm now going to send a link to everyone that I said I would get on. Kind of lost the plot, to be honest, but what can you do? I'll try and get everyone on, but there are a lot of people who've asked, so we'll just have to see with time, especially since, you know, I've taken my own stream down. That's not always the best thing in the world. Really annoying, actually, but what can you do? What can you do? Just breathe, Brad. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. think that's everyone now. Fingers crossed it just works now, because if not, I feel like I might actually like throw my tablet at the wall or something. So yeah, I'll say my score prediction later on. First things first, I want to make sure everything's good with this video now. Oh, stop messing me about, come on. There we go, right. Right, all's not lost, all's not lost. Wrong links out, but what can we do? Right, you should all have a link now. Everyone who said I would get on. Right, that's just gone really wrong. It's my own fault for trying to eat and stream, but what can you do? I said what can you do about 8 times now. Right, so obviously tomorrow's massive in more than just one way. You know, obviously you've got you've got players that you're going to lose if we don't win. That's the point I was making earlier. Forest are going to have the same with Brendan Johnson and Jed Spence. Obviously, they're not going to get Jed Spence back if they're not in the Prem. I think the same could apply for the likes of Ghana. I don't think they might not get him for another year if they're not in the Prem. So it's like a battle, obviously, to try and keep your players just as much as get new ones. So we'll just have to We'll just have to see where we're at come tomorrow. Like I said, I'm pretty confident. I'm only nervous now, really, because my stream might self-destruct again, and obviously, you just got that pressure at Wembley. I mean, I'm going to be absolutely off my head on that train tomorrow, because I won't be able to go into that. Like, obviously, drink responsibly and only if you're over 18. But I'm going to be absolutely on it tomorrow, because I'm just not going to be able to stay settled if I'm not, and that's just me personally. So yeah. You can see Caden laughing at bottom. He knows exactly what I mean. But what we're going to do now is we're going to get his first guest on before I decide to sabotage out anymore, and before the Wi-Fi goes. Or do you know what? Touch wood, a power cut will happen now or something. So it's already gone wrong. Let's try and salvage what's left of the stream, of this one, not the last one, because the last one decided to just get rid of itself. So yeah, we're gonna get our first guest on, and it is Ben. Ben, how are you doing, mate?
I'm doing good, thank you, Brad. How are you?
Well, apart from that, I'm pretty good. Yeah. God knows what happened, but yeah. No, I'm doing pretty
Thought
good.
my Wi-Fi cut out.
Yeah, I bet everyone at home are thinking that their internet had gone off. No, I'm really nervous now, obviously, because it was so surreal all week, and now it's really kind of become, we're going, like, and that's kind of it thing.
Yeah, I thought I'd have to wait till like 11 o'clock to leave, which would have been obviously the worst wait of everything, because it would have just gone so slowly. But I got the early train, so I'm leaving at 9:40 tomorrow.
Nice and early. Well,
yeah,
it's the same as us, and I'll be, in fact, probably going to go into shopping a bit and get some stuff, actually, because I can't do that this morning. But I'm not nervous for us. I'm nervous for them. I'm nervous for the factors that we can't control. That's where my nerves come from. My nerves come from all those games in the Prem where we gave it our absolute best. We played some solid stuff, and what let us down was poor officiating, or just bad luck. It's happened plenty of times for us. What are you thinking for tomorrow, mate?
Just happy that we don't have Michael Oliver, to be honest, as our ref. But yeah, I'm nervous. I can't wait. I've I was sick a couple of times for the semi-final, and I wasn't even there. This time I'm actually there, so I just I just can't believe that we're actually here. And I know the pressure is on Forest, but I just feel like we have some of that pressure as well as the underdog, because we'll be everyone wants Forest to win because you can't argue the fact they're a big club and
Yeah,
they'd prefer
definitely.
them to us. So
Everyone
I
does,
just want
don't
to
they?
prove everyone wrong.
Yeah. No, and that's pretty obvious. Everyone's kind of gunning for Forest at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah.
So so in that regard, like, are you kind of like, where are you at with kind of with the personnel? Like, who would you be kind of setting up with? Who would you be starting?
I think I think the five at the back. I think we should go the 5-3-2. Actually, no, I think we should do a 3-4-3. Um, so I'm going Nicholson goal. Obviously, you can't change that. Left centre back Levy Colwell. Do you know about Tom Lees? Because I've heard a couple of rumours saying he picked up a knock and he might not be available.
I'm not sure. I've heard. See, I've not really heard out on that injury front, to be honest. I've heard quite positive stuff. I've not heard out about Ellie's injury, no.
And if he's fine, then I just think because Matty Pearson he hasn't played, and he's just come
Definitely.
back from the injury. I just don't think he's ready to start. He might be
Yeah.
able to come off the bench. I just don't think he's ready to start yet. So I think Hogg and Lee's at the back. Um, I think like on the left, Harry Toffolo, you can't change that either. I don't think. O'Brien and Russell in midfield because the only thing with Russell is he in the semi-finals he started off slow and in the second half he was good. He just
Yeah.
needs to start off like he did in the second half for the semi-finals, and he needs to be on it from the start because you cannot start badly in a game as big as this and against a team as good as Forest.
We've just seen it today with Pot Vale and Mansfield.
Yeah,
It was
so
done well. But I
the
mean, if
red
you're being
card killed them, I think.
definitely, but if you're being technical, Harrod won it because what was it? It's 2-0, wasn't it? So
Yeah, have you seen the goal from Harriet?
yeah, we're a good
Yeah, it
goal.
was a diving header, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm excited for Harriet.
yeah,
He's been all right for Port Vale. Um, then on the right, I do love Ollie Turton, but I just think we're going to need the recovery pace. So I'm going to go for Peeper, and obviously Peeper's played in the semis as well.
yeah,
Because Turton got the knock.
of
Um,
course.
then on the right, I think he'll be ready. So I'm going to go Sorba Thomas. Then
Yeah,
up front, Danny Ward, and if he's fit, obviously. And on the left, I'm going with Dwayne Holmes because I just think his semi-final performances are too good to not start him. If you
yeah.
know
It was,
what I mean.
he was much more improved. He was much more involved. Definitely, he played a lot better than he has in previous.
If it isn't Dwayne, then I think Tino will get a game though. And I honestly don't mind either one because I'm looking forward to see Tino in a full 90.
Yeah, that's another good point. Obviously, with the 120 minutes, you can expect to see players on for longer.
Yeah, and
It's
especially if it goes to extra time, he'll be a good player to bring off the bench if we need him. If he doesn't start,
definitely no. I kind of echo what you're saying, really. There. So, how do you think it's going to be then? Do you think it's going to be really tight, really two teams too scared to make a mistake? Do you think
I
it'll
think
be
I
end
think
to
what will
end?
happen is I think he'll start off end to end, and whoever gets the first goal will sit back for a bit, and then I still haven't decided who will get it because it just could go either way if it's end to end. And they'll get the team that scores first will get a goal on the counter attack and win 2-0.
Right.
So I I'm not I don't want this to happen, but I'm gonna go with 2-0 Forest because
Wow.
I'm really confident we won't get battered. We'll just they'll get the second goal on the counter attack. But I don't think we'll get battered. I think it'll be a very, very tight 2-0.
Yeah, but you're not.
And then
You're not
that second goal
backing
will
us.
just kill us off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything can happen. Obviously, it's effectively a cup final.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Literally the toss of a coin.
No,
It's
it
just
literally is.
up to whoever wants it most on the day. Just hope that it's us.
Absolutely. I think the issue is you've got two teams that are third and fourth, so it's just that tight. It's, you know what I mean? It's just that close.
Was there 1 point between us as well? Us and Forest?
I think it was 2 points, actually.
Okay. Oh. Either way, it's still really tight. So, and obviously, excluding the FA Cup, it's identical record as well, winning away at in both games. So we can't even go on the league form against each other.
Yeah, that's a part that I think will be interesting, though. I think it'll be interesting to see how two teams that have not played at a neutral ground. So, you know, there's no kind of advantage really there, because, you know, both are going to be loud and proud. Both are going to be, you know, in a position where they don't play at Wembley every week. So that's obviously it's added pressure, but it's also added an advantage really, because it don't favour either team. It just could make them play, you know, better each. Maybe, I don't know.
And another thing as well is Forest only have 1 win in 4, because they lost to Bournemouth, drew to Hull, then they beat Sheffield, but they also lost to Sheffield in the second leg.
Yeah.
Yes, they won on penalties, but in the 90 minutes they lost that game. So they've only got 1 win in 4, and they should have absolutely battered Sheffield, but they didn't take their chances. So I hope that we can take advantage of that too.
But you're just not feeling it. You just think that on the day that they'll get the better of us then.
I think they've got better individuals, but we've got better like team spirit, and I just think on the day the individuals will shine through. I think we'll put up a very good fight though, and it will be a tight game.
Obviously, it's a modest prediction to have. Like, you know, it takes balls of it to say it. Like,
as a fan, I don't want that to happen. But looking into it, I think that will happen. All my friends at school are saying that we'll get battered like 3-0 and 4-0 and stuff, and I just don't see where they're coming from. I think they're just trying to wind me up, but even if we do lose, we won't get battered. We've been battered, 3 times this season, 4, and that was against Fulham, twice to Bournemouth, and the two teams that finished above us.
Yeah, it's not exactly bad teams, is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So you're sticking with your 2-0 Forest prediction, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. And
anything can happen, though.
Yeah, no,
literally anything.
And who do you think's getting those goals then?
I think the first one, probably not Brennan Johnson. I think he'll get the second on the counter attack. And I think if he starts, it'll be Kiernan Davis that gets the first one, because he looked good before he got injured.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, he looked really good. Yeah, I remember we were talking about him on Sky. Actually, I think that's fair enough. So obviously,
that's why I'm putting Pieper in as well to help with the counter attacks, because he's just quicker than Turton.
That's the only worry I have. I just can't see him playing Turton in the back 5, or can't see it working in the back 5 as much.
If it goes for a back 4, then I think maybe you could make a case of Turton then. But if it's a back 5 or 3, I just don't think he can play.
Yeah, it has to be a thing, doesn't it? It has to be Pippa. Sound. Right, well, Ben, it's been great to get you on the channel.
Thank you again, Brad.
We'll see where we're at tomorrow. And hopefully it isn't 2-0 Forest. But no, I
Yeah.
can see where you come in. Obviously, Forest are a really top attacking side, so that could be the case if we're not up to it. So we'll just see where we're at. Well, thanks a lot for coming on, mate. And
Thank you. Have a safe journey down.
And you, mate. And I'm sure we'll get you on again.
Thank you.
Next season, regardless of the league.
Yeah.
So yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Brad.
No worries. So yeah, Ben, obviously worrying that Forest individual ability might be too much for us. I can see where he's coming from. You know, you've got a lot of attacking firepower in that team that's proven themselves over the course of the season. Even when I sat there and said they weren't good enough, they proved me wrong every time. So here's where I'm at. I agree with what Ben says about we need to have Pippa in that back five if they it's not an if because we know Forest are going to play that, so I think Pippa kind of has to start for that reason to match the pace of the wing backs. So we'll just have to see where we're at there. Hopefully Carlos makes what he thinks is the right decision, and we've got our best 11 out. So we're going to get our next guest on now. We've got a couple left on, and we're going to get Caden on. Caden's been on the channel before, and we're going to get his take on Wembley. Caden, mate, how you doing?
I'm a bit nervous. I feel a bit sick, to be honest.
I don't blame you, mate. It's like I said when you were laughing earlier. I'm being deadly serious. I'm not joking. Like as soon as this is done, I'm going straight to the shop and stocking up for tomorrow because I'm gonna need something to settle my nerves anyway.
Well, I've got my good bottle of vodka here in it.
There you go. That's it. He's got it. Yeah. But no, it's just surreal, isn't it? How we're in that position now, when tomorrow everything's done, everything's sorted. What's your take on it?
Well, I'm just gonna show this and literally say we're gonna be Premier League in 24 hours. Huddersfield Town are gonna be a Premier League club.
Oh, you've said it, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, there's nothing more I can say, to be honest. I mean, I'm a Town fan at the end of the day. I'm going to come out and say we're going to win. Even if we was playing bloody Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, I'd back us to win still. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm confident. Obviously, we've got the Town flag, Premier League behind us. We're there, innit? We just need to literally play our game, stick to our plan. And we've done it this season. So there's no reason that we can't go all the way in the final game. But what I will say is, I'll just kind of echo Ben's words. My dad behind me with a flag.
Go on, lad.
I'll just echo Ben's words in the fact that, we have to kind of come out the blocks, quick. I think we can't really settle for a shaky start like we did against Luton in both games. And to be honest, like I said in the previous vlog, show, whatever, I thought Luton deserved to beat us. And if we play like we did against them, against Forest tomorrow, I feel like we'll be like fighting an uphill battle. But
yeah,
like I said, as long as we stick to our game plan, we don't go too conservative, like we're not too defensive, we don't sit too deep, because when we play these top teams, we do find that, Fulham away was a bit different, but you do find that when we play the Bournemouth, those top sides, we give them a bit too much respect and we just sit off them a bit too much, and then they can kind of work the ball around us, and then they're...
I think his internet's just gone. It defo's gone. Try and get him back on. Carry on,
Hello?
mate. There you go, carry on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened
there. Like I was saying, I just feel like we just got to come for this game. It's a cup final, and like you said, it's Forest to lose, innit? So if we can go at them and show them what we're made of without leaving too many gaps in behind to be exploited on a counter attack, I think we'll have a good chance. And we can't do anything else really. Against Reading, we was kind of underdogs there, and we won that game. So there's no reason why we can't do it again, whether it be a penalty shootout or whether we actually see Huddersfield Town score a goal at Wembley in open play, because I've never seen that. You know, Sheffield United 2012, we didn't score a goal in open play, and obviously I refer back to the Peterborough game when I was mascot. That was awful that day.
Yeah, it's like you said earlier. It's just heartbreaking to lose in the final.
Yeah, no one don't want to lose at this point. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's put in the hard work in this season, and to win in the playoffs, it's the best feeling, but to lose, it's the worst. And, you know, unfortunately, one team has got to experience that tomorrow, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not us.
Definitely, mate. Obviously, like we say with Ben, he's gone for quite an attacking, you know, getting out of the box quite early, getting our game plan sorted early. I think that's the best way to do it, really.
I feel like we need a Tino starting. Definitely. I think Holmes is more suited to being an impact player coming off the bench, because I feel like he does have that energy in the midfield, but I feel like coming off the bench is the best way to use Dwayne Holmes. And with him being an ex-Derby player, obviously, the Forest fans don't like him either, so he's got a point to prove in that respect, and, you know, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But to be in this position right now and to say we're going to Wembley, do you know what I mean? It's phenomenal what we've achieved over the last 12 months, and everyone at the club, including us as supporters, should be proud. And regardless of the result tomorrow, but like I said, fingers crossed, we're going to be a Premier League club this time tomorrow, and we're going to stay there this time as well.
Hopefully. I mean, it's crazy how we're in this position again, isn't it? I have to ask you, Caden, mate, what are we saying with the lineup? What would you be going with? Formation and personnel?
4-3-3, Nichols, Toffolo, Levi, Lees, and Turton with Hogg, Russell, O'Brien, Tino, Ward, and we'll have to go with Sauber in it, because he needs to start, really. He needs to start, because against Luton, as soon as he came on when we played at home,
that energy was just so different.
Like we missed it, and Sanani, his dead ball deliveries, they're just not the same. Like, they're just not.
Yeah, and obviously you've got that moment where I think it was Naismith, was it, where he brought down Hogg outside the box, and he just straight away knew what he'd done.
On the pitch. When Sauber's on the pitch, he just sends shivers down the opposition's spine, and, you know, we are good from set pieces, but we also have to remember Forest have conceded the least goals from set pieces, so it's, you know, it kind of counteracts itself if you look at it from that kind of angle.
No, of course it does. You know, you make a solid point. So you think this game's going to be end-to-end then, or do you think it's going to be reserved?
2-0 Town win, man. We're going to win.
Oh, 2-0 Town. What goal scorers?
I'd say Tom Leach from a corner, and Danny Ward to go round Breeze Samba and leave him on the floor in a puddle of tears crying. So, yeah, that's how it's going to go.
That'd be something. Could you imagine if that actually happened, though? Like, imagine the scenes, imagine the atmosphere, the bouncing. That'd be magical, like, seriously.
Yeah, it will be, but end of the day, Forest fans have been giving it so much, right? They deserve to lose. They deserve to eat a piece of humble pie, because the way their respect level for Huddersfield Town as a collective and the supporters is just disgusting. Like, and they expect us to respect them, but it don't work like that.
Yeah. Well, no, you make a solid point, and obviously you've said your result. You're saying 2-0. I have to ask then, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that we'll be a Premier League team next year?
10.
Oh God. Oh. I hope
we will be doing it, but we're doing it because. See, Forest, they should have got second and they didn't, so they missed their chance on promotion. This is our chance now, and we're taking it.
True. No, you make a solid point. Well, we'll have to see.
I'll see you on Door on Tour at 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's just come out now, actually. Yeah, he's literally just posted that out now. 10 p.m. we'll be going live on Door on Tour's channel to do exactly the same as this, I imagine, however Door wants to do it.
I gate crashed his channel about a week ago and obviously went on, gave my take and said we was going to win. Yeah.
Fair play. Like I say, Ken, it's been great to get you on. I'll probably see you down there tomorrow because by the sounds of it, every town fan's going to St.
112.
That's where I am. So
yeah.
So we'll definitely be seeing more of each other tomorrow. I think it was some time it says 10%. No, I said on a scale of 1 to 10, I think. And then he said 10 is in like 100%. So we'll just have to see if Caden is right there. Thanks for coming on, mate. Anyway, and
I'm always right, but I'm always right. I've got this.
I hope you have now, because if you say all this and we lose, I won't be able to show my face again. It'll be awful. But no, all the best, man. Safe travels.
Well, Giants lost in it, so we've got to look for Huddersfield. We're the victorious team in Huddersfield, not Giants. They're crap.
Right, well, we'll see if that is to be the case tomorrow. Cheers for coming on, Caden, and I'll see you up in 112 tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, man. Respect. Up the town.
Up the town. Cheers, mate. So, I mean, there you've got two completely different takes. You've got someone saying 2-0 Forest and someone saying 2-0 Town. So that's just carbon, opposites really there. I never say carbon copy. Complete opposites there. Interesting because, some fans are going to let that nerve, that level of nerve get to them now, where it's going to, it's going to go to them and they're going to think maybe we're not doing this year. So it's massive. But like I say, really, really great to get them two's opinions then. Some really good points made. We're going to get another guest on now. We'll probably go until about 7:45 maybe, I think. We've got a couple more guests in now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a new person on who's not been on the channel before, and it is Benji. Wait, is it loaded? Hang on.
Hello.
There we go. How you doing, lads? Nice to meet you.
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Good, mate. I'm just, like I say, very, 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 very nervous. It's all kicking in now. That's the issue. We're at that stage now where it's all this week. I wasn't caring that much. I wasn't thinking about it. But now we've finally got to the day before. It's kind of like where you just think it's worse, and that's the problem.
Driving into London on the coach tomorrow, it'll finally set in that this is happening. Yeah,
definitely. So I'll ask you the same question I asked them too. How do you see this one? Do you think end to end? Do you think tight?
I feel the start, like most of our games this season, and toward the end will be cagey end to end action, and it won't settle down until the 30th minute or so. I feel there'll be goals in this game, unlike Reading. I feel there will be some goals, especially with the quality that each team have got on. I think the second half, it will be interesting to see how it starts. I can't, it just depends how that first half goes to how the beginning of the second half, I think, will go. But I think no matter what score it is, if whoever's in the fighting chance will push towards the end of the game.
Sure. And so obviously, like I say, it's a big all or nothing game. It's like Caden's made a good point. Someone has to lose. Both teams could be absolutely awful.
Wembley's no place to lose.
Yeah, both teams could be absolutely awful, and then obviously one team's got to go home empty-handed, in tears, like the fans actually. So it's going to be close. I mean, obviously you've got the best two teams in the league aside from the ones who went up. Yeah. Do you? Where are you at with personnel and formation? Then how would you set the squad?
Formation's really hard to judge just because how much Carlos likes to switch up throughout the game. But I hope, for our sake, that he will start off with, as the others have said, a 5-3-2 and something with a strong defense, but at the same time to be able to push forward.
Yeah. So a back five maybe, and then when we're attacking, when we're attacking, it transitions into a 3.
Yeah.
So a bit similar to like the 3-4-3 or the 3-5-2 or the 3-5-1-1 essentially, something like that.
Yeah, I hope so.
And who would you have in that? Like, who would you have where in that kind of let's say 3-4-3 for argument's sake? Who would you have in that?
Obviously Nichols has to be best goalkeeper in the Championship. No change in that. I hope Levi, Hogg, and then it will be between Lees and Pearson. Whoever goes at the back. Midfield, I think O'Brien definitely. I'm mixed on my opinions towards Russell, just because looking at his semi-final games, he's good in some aspects, but he doesn't always look like he knows where he's wanting to go, and that's what worries me when he's on the ball. So I think Carlos will start Russell just because of how quickly he's progressed up. So be O'Brien and Russell in the middle, and then on the wings, I think we've got to say Sorba will come there, and then on the left, as they've said, Dwayne Holmes is an impact player, so Andrew in. I do like the look of him when he first came on. I can't remember what his game when he came on, but I did like the look of him then. So it just depends where he wants to play. But up front, I think, because what I've read, Ward is back fit. So Ward up front with Rhodes it's hard to judge who go up front. Holmes or Holmes and Ward up front, I think I'm going to say.
So what formation is that? Is that like a 3-5-2?
3. Yeah. Maths is not my strong suit, so
no. Right. So you've got Sorba in a right wing back then.
Right wing back. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that's going to the front end of the season in a similar system we used to play. But it all depends, because a lot of people have been making points for us to start playing Ward and Rhodes up top. And obviously you would have to bring Sorba a bit deeper back for that. But
I think in aspects he can thrive anywhere along that right hand side, because he's proved that he can get back into his wing back and defensive. He can play up top, and then I think he'd be good with his balls in through midfields, right mid, right wing.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see why you're kind of leaning towards that. It's a perfectly acceptable thing to kind of assume, really. Obviously, it's such a rich game. It ruins whoever it doesn't pay out to.
Yeah.
Because the players are going to go, and it's going to be a right uphill battle next season. Who do you think's going to win, and what score do you think?
I'm too scared to say score prediction, but I hope Huddersfield will push through.
Just take a stab. Take a random stab.
Yeah, my gut wants to tell me 2-1 in some place, but I don't want to put any labels on a score.
Yeah.
Reading was cagey enough, and there were no goals in there. So
yeah, maybe it's even worse sometimes when you don't have goals involved, because it kind of takes the what is it out of it, the
thrill.
Yeah, it takes a thrill out of it, and you're just all nervous on whoever gets the first goal wins, kind of thing. And obviously, that game we were quite lucky because no one did, but then you've got penalties. So
yeah, and I think looking back on that Reading game, there's the argument it's 3rd v 4th. The better teams will come out. If you look back there, it was 3rd v 6, was it? It was like we were 5th versus 3rd. That's it. And we barely made play. Well, we made playoffs, but with a few games to spare. So if we can do it from being the bigger underdogs than Reading, I hope that we can push through with how the papers have put it. We will always be the underdogs going into any game, I think, just because of our history.
Yeah, no, that's a fair thing to say, obviously. Have you not heard? Nottingham Forest have already been promoted. They got promoted last night for selling more tickets.
I know. honestly, if there are Forest fans watching, excuse this, but some of the fans are so ignorant. The conversations that I've tried to
and
have with them.
That's perfectly okay to say, obviously, because obviously I've spoken to a lot of fans in the recent weeks. You know, there's a great chunk that are like really respectful. You know, really
Yeah.
kind
Oh yeah.
like every club has, and they're kind of saying like, why is it? They're even questioning their own fans. They're saying, why are you all saying we're going up? Because this is just going to bite us on the ass if we don't.
Well,
and then you've got the other ones that just assume
I've said they've sold more tickets, but Huddersfield there are so many people that will want to go, but Huddersfield is a fair place from Nottingham compared to London, and vice versa. And also, travel is ridiculously expensive. Like, I'm coming over from Lancashire to watch this, so it's an expensive day out. But at the same time, fans that will be there in as much passion as they possibly can.
Absolutely, and do you know the worst part of it is you know, it's like you say there, where I know full well where you're coming from, because I mean I've only missed 6-7 games all season, and the trips to, you know, the likes of QPR on a Wednesday night, etc. They just cost so much, and the coach is £30 minimum, give or take. So by the time you pay postage and booking fees and everything, you're looking at least £55 for a midweek away.
Well, I thought it was expensive just booking my tickets and the coach, and then I realised I've got to get from Lancashire to Yorkshire.
Literally, it's absolutely crazy. But no, obviously you're quite in your gut saying that you think we'll do it, obviously, but you don't want to label it, and that's fine enough. So, well, it's been great to get you on.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No worries, mate. No worries. Obviously, stay tuned on Instagram, and if I'm doing something again and you want to come on, just DM out as you did last time, and that'll be fine. Oh, here we go. They're attacking me already. See, I've just opened my Twitter page. Oh, we'll go on about this later. I can't bother looking at that now. But no. We'll just have to see. Where we're at for what is it? For tomorrow, massive game. And we'll just have to see which team it is that's painting Wembley. Yeah.
Well, safe travels down for tomorrow.
And you, mate. So we'll just see where we're at. Anyway, thanks for coming on, mate.
Yeah,
take care.
Thank you.
All the best. And you're more than welcome to come on again.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. So like you say, it's nerves kind of getting to the fans there. Obviously, first up we had Ben, obviously worrying that we were going to lose 2-0, and then obviously Benji kind of echoes that he deep down believes we are going to do it, but he doesn't. You know, he's worried that he doesn't want to label it just in case we don't. And obviously, it's that kind of nerves that really does make this competition a special one. It really is all or nothing, do or die in 90, 120 or a spot kick of football. It's ridiculous how it decides a 200 million payout, give or take. But yeah, it's just the nature of the game, I guess. We're going to get our next guest on, and it is someone who was featured once on a fan cam before. Funnily enough, if my memory serves me correctly, it was the fan cam of when we lost to Nottingham Forest at home, and that is Isaac. Isaac, mate, how you doing, mate? I don't know if his mic's working or not. We'll give it a minute. Try him again in a bit. And in the meantime, we'll get our other guest on, and we'll come back to Isaac and see if he's fixed his technical issues. And we're going to get a friend of the channel on who's featured in plenty of previews over the season, and we've collaborated plenty of times now. I think very much in agreement about this game and everything that kind of will unfold for the most part. And he's the founder of Proud Terriers, Ryan. Hang on, wait. He's come on my screen. There we go.
Hello, hi. How are you doing?
like I say, good, but very, very on edge and very, very nervous, mate. It's just.
Oh, yeah, it's massive. You know, it's massive. It's like I say, it's now off the night thought like the day before. Yeah, we know what's at stake here. You know, we know that I'm going to Wembley. You know, for the chance to get to the break, it's huge. Like I say, so I understand that. I think we're all a bit feeling it, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously it is do or die. It's literally it's back to the championship if we don't, and that's not a bad thing by any means. But given that the squad we've got, I don't want to say it's too good for the championship because I don't think it is. But some of those players belong in the Prem, and I'd rather we take them there than someone else. And that's kind of...
It's a similar thing when we went up the first time, though, wasn't it? You know, obviously there was a lot of things. You know, if we don't win this game, kind of thing. You know, quite a few will leave. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So how are you kind of seeing this? End to end, KJ, two teams not wanting to make an error, you know, lots of fouls, maybe even a penalty early doors. What are you?
Yeah, well, personally, I think that obviously, in a final like this, I think it always starts off quite cagey, in my opinion. So I think it will start off a bit cagey because, like I said, it will get to the players. We kind of saw it last time, didn't we, as well? But obviously, I think that the team will kind of grow into it. You know, I think it'll be spells of pressure from both sides. I can't, it possibly might be. I don't really know. I think it's hard to predict, isn't it? You know, but I just think that maybe a bit of spell from kind of us, and then kind of they kind of have a little spell kind of thing. So, but I can't see it being end to end because that means that both defense will be quite open, and both kind of, well, from our point of view, our defense isn't open more often than not, is it? So that's kind of my feeling towards that, really. But yeah.
I kind of echo what you're saying there. Really, obviously, we know how positive our defence has been for the course of a season. So obviously, for that reason, we'd kind of, if we were going to back one team defensively, it would be us.
Absolutely. I think obviously, we do need to, like I said, I do echo kind of the thoughts of the other guests. Kind of, we can't afford to be starting off slow in this one because I think that I've kind of said both teams. We have to try, come out of the box straight away if we can. But you can still be cagey and kind of come out of the blocks a bit, you know what I mean? So it's one of those. But yeah, the open exchanges for me are crucial, really, because we don't want to be. We need to be better, obviously. Like I said, we started off far too slow against Luton, and I just think that we have to be better. So yeah, we'll just have to see.
Yeah. So in terms of personnel, where are you kind of thinking of that?
I mean, I'm definitely going with the 3-4-3. I think that system just really, I just like us playing in that system. I think it's the best one we've got, to be honest with you. So obviously Nichols in goal, it has to be, doesn't it? Absolutely. You can guarantee he'll make a save or two tomorrow for us, that's for sure. Then obviously Colwill, Hogg in the middle, and Lees at the other side, and then into kind of midfield. Toffolo, Lewis O'Brien, and Russell in the middle for me, and Turton. I think Turton should come in because I'm not being funny. I know that people saying that in the 5 you can't really play there. Well, at the end of the day, he has kind of done that before, but also I just think Turton's more he offers that kind of defensive backup if we need it. I think we will need a bit of help. Obviously when Forrest are coming forward at times, I think Turton is the better at defending than Pippa, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a close call, and like I say, if Pippa does start, I won't be complaining because I do like Pippa as well. But that's just my opinion. And then obviously the kind of the front three. I mean, it's so difficult, it really is, because we've got, obviously, because I've kind of been thinking about this, obviously, who I want in the centre forward kind of position. Because we've got John Rhodes, who is, he's obviously in very good form. You know, the contribution he's made to us in the season is, you know, and obviously Danny Ward's been injured, and I think he's not slowed up, but he's maybe not be, you know, looked as maybe strongly as what he had before. But you know what I'm trying to say. But
past couple of games, yeah.
But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do the wing. I'm gonna like obviously Sob Thomas has to be on one of the wings, and then I mean, it's hard this one as well because I mean Tino. I mean I know a lot of people have kind of said maybe Tino should start, but isn't Tino better to come off the bench maybe? But I mean I know what people are saying about obviously giving him a starting place and see what happens, but that's a big gamble, and I just think that you know.
And obviously the point he makes as well with the penalties. Obviously, he says he's a good penalty taker, so he'd be one that would want to take one maybe. So it's
I mean, I'm gonna go with what I think, and because I kind of you know, I think Sanani should definitely start on the other wing. I really do because I think that there's been a lot of talk about Sanani. Obviously, I just think that he is a player that will will kind of really contribute in the game. I just think he starts me because he's being really slow. But I just can't think about who to start in the middle. Now, I mean, John Rhodes, maybe suited to come off the bench if we need. But I just think John Rhodes is in better form right now over than Ward. I really do. I know that Ward is our top scorer, and Ward has been absolutely fantastic for us this season. And yeah, I'm really happy that but I just think obviously he's come back from an injury. Rhodes looks a lot fitter than what we kind of saw. The more minutes he's got, the fitter he looks for sure. Like I say, but Brad, I don't know. I mean, I did say Rhodes, but I just want both because, like I say, I've always said this. It's a shame that we can't play a system where Rhodes and Ward can play because I think they'll complement each other very well, won't they? Well, that's what I think. I just think they would, but we don't play that formation, so I'm going to have to decide. I'm sorry for taking something, but I just, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Rhodes. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Rhodes. I really am because I just think Ward, obviously coming back from injury, I just think he may be able to come on and make an impact from the bench this time. But it's a tricky one. It could go either way. Like I say, I won't be complaining if Danny Ward starts because it could be either of them. But I trust Carlos in his selections, and I'm not the manager, so I'll leave it to Carlos. But that's just my outlook.
Yeah, sure. Just to address the comments real quick as well. We're not trying to fish for bites or anything like. This is like a serious not serious. This is like us being full on. We are seeing this on Twitter day to day that Forest fans are completely writing town off. We're not just saying this to try and get bites or anything. I know people think that we must get a kick off that, but no, we don't. We say we like being underdogs. We like being underdogs, but we don't like being disrespected all the time and constantly counted out. And that's just ultimately what happens every time we're in a playoff or any kind of competition of the kind. Even when we played Forest last time in the Cup, they thought they'd drawn Liverpool when they still had to play us, and granted they went through, but had we played our best team, you never know. We could have been the ones going through. So, yeah, that since then there's been that kind of what is it? That kind of thing on obviously on Twitter and all social media, and
yeah,
I'm not saying it like that. But yeah. So, Ryan, I have to ask then, what is your score prediction?
I think this is gonna be a really close game. That's for sure. I'm gonna say that, and I mean, I don't like I said. I do think because like I said, well, I'm just gonna say what I think. I think I am gonna go with 2-0 to us. I really do think 2-0. I've kind of because. When you've got someone like Nichols in goal, I know that Forest, do score goals for fun at times, but I just trust the back line and I trust obviously Nichols as well. He's been solid all season, and that's why I say I think he'll keep a clean sheet because I think that'll pretty much sum up, how he's performed this season, Lee Nichols, because like I say, but yeah, that's just my view. And yeah, but as long as we win, I don't really care because we deserve to win. I'm not being biased. We deserve the happiest endings, and like I say, it would be heartbreaking to not go up now because we're so close to it. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Fair enough. Obviously, great way of putting it. We won't care ultimately, regardless of the win. But we'll just have to see tomorrow. Whereabouts are you sat again?
I'm in block 111, so yeah.
Next door to where I was. Yeah, fair enough. So I'll definitely see you tomorrow then, and we'll just have to see where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely.
That. Obviously, everyone in here now, if you are able to, later on, I will be going live with Doran Talk. So if you can get into that stream and try and make it blue and white as possible. So when I do say that Nichols is better than Samba, which he is, that I don't get absolutely ruined again. Because he's going to get brought up. And when I say he's better and no one agrees with me, I want the blue and white comments going crazy. So yeah, but like I say, Ryan, it's been great to get you on. It's been great to get your take. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully you and Benji and Caden are spot on with 2 town goals and 1 or less for Forest. That'd be quite the day out, really. We'll just have to see. I'll have to try and get some sleep tonight, however that happens. But
it's going to be difficult for sure. I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to get much sleep tonight, but I'll do it. I'll try. But yeah, like I said, thank you for having me on and safe journey down. And I'll probably see you down there for sure. But yeah, thank you.
Brilliant, no worries. So we'll next time Ryan's on this channel, we'll either be in the Premier League or we won't. So we'll just have to see where tomorrow takes us. A ridiculous season. Hopefully, it doesn't have a ridiculous ending for us. Cheers, Ryan, and cheers. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Brilliant to get Ryan's take as always. So now we're on to our last guest, and it is Isaac. Isaac, mate, is your mic working now? Or are you here? Hang on. Wait. He's rejoined with a different device. Let's try him again. How are you doing, mate? Can you hear me?
Can you do it? Yeah.
Long time, mate. How you been?
I'm alright.
Hello, can you hear me? Good, mate. Good. So, what do you think about tomorrow? How do you think it's gonna go? It's a bit dodgy internet.
I do think we'll win. But yeah, it's anyone's game really. I think it'll go extra time. We'll win 2-1. But I've got a gut feeling it could go penalties again, to be honest.
Yeah, obviously you always run that risk, don't you, by going to Wembley. There's always a good chance if there's 2 good teams that it could go to extra time and penalties. But you're saying a 2-1 town win, Isaac. What? Who are the goal scorers in that then, mate?
I think we'll score for Forest, and Toffolo and Holmes will get the goals for town.
So it'll be a bit of a cult hero thing going on then. Obviously, Toffolo being the man of the fan base at the minute, and then Holmes scoring against his former club's die-hard rivals. Do you think that we'll get those goals in normal time? Obviously, will it be 1-1 and then extra time a goal, or do you think it'll be 0-0 and all the goals will come at once? Or what are your kind of? One sec, mate. It's just gone a bit dodgy, the internet. I think internet issues there. Isaac, if it's not working right, if you want to message in the comments and I can read out your score prediction again and your goal scorers, and obviously you can put a team in the comments as well. That'll probably be easier because the internet really wasn't working there. I think he's joined back. Here we go. It looks like it's sorted itself out now. Looks like it's working better now, mate. Do you want to run me through the what is it? So you said Holmes and Toffolo. I don't think this is working right well. I'll try and get him back on again one more time, and I don't think it's going to work. And I'm going to wrap this up soon because obviously Isaac was our last guest, and if it's not working, then we've kind of wrapped everything up. We'll try him again. Oh, Isaac, can you hear me? Yeah, I don't really think this is working too well. Well, at least he got to say his score prediction. I was going to message him quickly now and let him know that we'll try for the next time, but it's just not working as such. Where's he gone? But yeah, obviously, like Isaac said, he reckons 2-1 to Town. He reckons 2-1 Town. And he said, from what I could hear, he said Toffolo then Holmes to score for Huddersfield. So based off Isaac's scoreline, that would mean that Huddersfield are getting promoted. So obviously that would be massive for the club and for our season. Like I said before, guys, I'm going to take a short break now. I was going to cut it off in 15 minutes anyway, but obviously with Isaac being the last guest and it's not really working, we're going to wrap it up now. And then apologies, excuse me. And then what is it? We will be continuing later on with Dort on tour at 10 p.m. So if you can get in there and make the comments blue and white, then please do so. Thank you everyone for all the support today. Apologies that the stream got rid of itself and then we'd start again. So that's obviously the unfortunate case. Massive thank you for Scott and Piers' donations on previous stream. So that's it. This has been the final Huddersfield Town versus Nottingham Forest EFL Championship player final winner takes all preview. Hope everyone has enjoyed. Please do leave a like, comment if you're new here, subscribe to the channel for more Huddersfield Town and football content. Will be some new content coming tomorrow, next year, next season. There will be some massive content coming tomorrow. Actually, that is a slight lie. There's quite a bit of content coming tomorrow. A massive video. So, but yeah, next season gonna be some quality stuff, neutral stuff as well. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, then subscribe and stay tuned. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow down on Wembley Way. Up the Town. Town we went up with a fire in the bank.